We showed the CCTV footage to his neighbour, who admittedly hadn't seen him for 4 years, but tentatively identified him from those pictures. We showed the CCTV footage to a member of his family. They found it very difficult to watch. They said they couldn't be sure either, and that before making any positive identification, they wanted to know whether he was alive or dead.
Is there any evidence inside Kenya?
The MP who's heading the investigation, the parliamentary investigation, Ndungu Githinji, has just announced that the Kenyans believe they've pulled 2 bodies that could have been of the attackers from the rubble. But they still have to carry out forensic analysis, DNA analysis on that, find out who they are. Of course, if they get the DNA, they need to compare it to something. And that's only 2 bodies. We need to find out where the other 2 are.
You mentioned Generation 1.5, a radical group of 20 to 30 young men born in Somalia who went to Norway at a young age. What is known about them and their status at the moment?
Generation 1.5 is what researchers here, the phrase researchers use to refer to those Somalis who were born in Somalia but came to Norway relatively young, or came to the West relatively young, but who researchers believe have a shallow or less deep grounding in Somali culture than perhaps their elders who grew up in Somalia and came to Norway later. And they fear that it's these people who perhaps fall between 2 cultures, if you like, who aren't quite Norwegian enough but aren't quite Somali enough, who are more susceptible to radicalization. The 20 to 30 figure comes from these same researchers. They believe that this is the number of Norwegians who have returned to join al-Shabaab in some capacity.